But I made up my own character, and I discussed it. I probably discussed it a lot with Lloyd because he was on the set. And I made up a background story.
In the world of iconic TV characters, Alice Nelson from the Brady Bunch stands as one of the most beloved. As the ever-cheerful and witty housekeeper, Ann B. Davis brought Alice to life, anchoring the Brady family with her unique charm. But what happened to the actress behind this unforgettable role? After her incredible rise to fame, Ann's journey took unexpected turns, and her life post-Brady Bunch remains a mystery to many. From her early days on The Bob Cummings Show to the legendary role of Alice, Davis's career spanned decades, but her final years were largely away from the spotlight. It wasn't until her passing in 2014 that the world was reminded of the grace and warmth she shared, both on and off screen. If you've ever wondered what happened to Ann B. Davis after she left Hollywood, keep watching to discover the fascinating life, career, and legacy of the woman who defined Alice for an entire generation. Early life. Ann B. Davis's early years in Schenectady, New York were relatively ordinary, but her exposure to the performing arts during her childhood had a lasting impact. Growing up with a twin sister Harriet and an older brother, Ann's early interests were more academically inclined, with aspirations of becoming a doctor. However, everything changed when she witnessed her brother perform in the National Company of Oklahoma during the 1940s. The experience sparked a deep interest in the arts, and Ann quickly realized that her passion lay in acting. After this pivotal moment, Ann enrolled at the University of Michigan, where she pursued a degree in theater, graduating in 1948. During her time at Michigan, she honed her skills in stage performances, laying a foundation for her future career. After college, she ventured into the entertainment industry, beginning with smaller theater roles that helped build her experience. Ann's big break came in 1955 when she was cast as Charmaine Schultz, the secretary on The Bob Cummings Show, a role that would define the early years of her career. Her portrayal of the quirky and endearing Schultz won audiences over, leading to her first major recognition in the industry. The role not only marked her television debut, but also earned her critical acclaim, including 2 Primetime Emmy Awards for Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Comedy Series. Her success on The Bob Cummings Show positioned her as a sought-after talent in Hollywood. The character of Schultz became a beloved figure, cementing Ann's status as a talented comedic actress with a natural flair for television. It was through this role that Ann B. Davis laid the groundwork for her long-lasting and successful career in the entertainment industry, the rise of fame. In 1969, Ann B. Davis took on the role of Alice Nelson, the housekeeper on The Brady Bunch, a role that would become one of the most iconic in television history. Initially, the character of Alice was meant to be a minor supporting figure, with little expectation for her to evolve into a standout part of the show. However, Ann's unique approach to the character turned Alice into a beloved member of the Brady family and an integral part of the series. Ann's portrayal of Alice was both loving and practical, but it was her sharp wit and clever sense of humor that truly set her apart. Alice became more than just a housekeeper. She was a confidant, a problem solver, and often the glue holding the Brady family together during difficult or comedic situations. Ann's ability to balance warmth with humor brought a genuine depth to Alice, making her much more than a typical household figure on television at the time. As the series progressed, Alice's role expanded, and her significance to the show became increasingly apparent. In fact, the Brady Bunch producers and creators initially did not expect Alice to become as central to the show as she did. Lloyd Schwartz, a producer on the show, acknowledged that Alice was, in essence, Ann B.'s own creation, illustrating just how much of Ann's personality and charm infused the character. Her natural comedic timing and ability to connect with both the audience and the rest of the cast made Alice an unforgettable figure. Ann's portrayal of Alice not only solidified her place in television history, but also showcased her versatility as an actress. Alice remains one of the most cherished characters in TV history, and Ann B. Davis's performance continues to be remembered and celebrated by fans of the Brady Bunch around the world. Behind the scenes, Ann B. Davis's portrayal of Alice Nelson on the Brady Bunch was influenced by more than just the script. She brought a piece of her own personal life into the character. One of the key inspirations for Alice's backstory came from Ann's twin sister Harriet, who had aspired to become a doctor but was unable to afford medical school. Drawing from this, Anne created a fictional narrative where Alice worked as a housekeeper to support her sister's dreams. This backstory gave Alice a sense of purpose and depth, even though it was never shared with her fellow cast members. Anne confided this detail only to producer Lloyd Schwartz, who appreciated the personal connection she had to the role. This behind-the-scenes insight helped shape the warmth and selflessness that became defining characteristics of Alice. Anne's commitment to the character went beyond what was seen on screen. She infused Alice with a nurturing spirit and a sense of loyalty that resonated with audiences. While the creators of the show may not have envisioned Alice as such a prominent figure, Anne's personal investment in the role played a significant part in making the character so beloved. Moreover, Anne's bond with her co-stars was just as strong off-camera. She often spoke fondly of the Brady family, saying, "I would have died for any single one of them." This deep affection for her fellow actors contributed to the genuine camaraderie that was visible on screen. The love and respect she felt for the Brady kids, as well as for Robert Reed and Florence Henderson, enhanced her performance, allowing her to deliver an authentic and heartfelt portrayal of Alice. Ultimately, Anne's devotion to her role and her co-stars, coupled with the personal inspiration she drew from her own life, made Alice one of the most cherished characters in television history. The end of the show. In 1974, the Brady Bunch came to an end after 5 successful seasons, marking the conclusion of an era for both the cast and fans. However, for Ann B. Davis, the impact of the show and her character, Alice Nelson, continued long after the series was canceled. Ann maintained strong ties with her co-stars, often reuniting for spin-offs and various reunion specials. Her participation in these projects highlighted how integral Alice was to the legacy of the Brady Bunch, ensuring that the character's influence on the show endured. Despite her ongoing connection to the franchise, Ann made a significant life change after the Brady Bunch wrapped up. She decided to step away from Hollywood's spotlight and move to Denver, where she chose to embrace a quieter life. Ann's decision to retreat from the entertainment industry came as a surprise to many, as she had been such a prominent figure in American television. However, it reflected her deeply held Christian faith and desire to lead a more spiritually focused life. In Denver, Ann joined an Episcopal community, where she found comfort and purpose in her faith. Her choice to devote herself to religious life marked a stark contrast to her previous career in entertainment, yet it was a path that aligned with her values. Ann often spoke about her faith and how it gave her a sense of peace and fulfillment beyond her acting career. Ann's transition from a beloved television star to a life devoted to religion showcased the depth of her character, both on and off screen. While her acting career might have come to an end, Ann's spiritual journey became a new chapter in her life, one that was just as meaningful as her time as Alice on the Brady Bunch. A return to the spotlight. In 1995, Ann B. Davis made a memorable return to the spotlight with a cameo appearance in the Brady Bunch movie, despite having largely retired from acting. Her role in the film was a delightful nod to her iconic character, Alice Nelson. Ann portrayed a truck driver who helps Jan Brady, one of the Brady children, find her way back home after running away. Although Ann's appearance was brief, it served as a fun connection to the Brady Bunch series, allowing fans to reminisce about the show that had made her a household name. Her cameo in the Brady Bunch movie was more than just a humorous reference to Alice. It was a testament to Ann's lasting connection to the beloved series. For fans, seeing Ann on screen once more in a Brady-related project was a nostalgic moment, a reminder of the warmth, wit, and heart she brought to the role of Alice. The truck driver's down-to-earth, caring nature echoed the qualities that made Alice such a beloved character, reinforcing the enduring legacy of the Brady Bunch and Ann's role in it. Though Ann had chosen a quieter life away from the entertainment industry, her cameo in the Brady Bunch movie demonstrated that her influence and presence in the world of the Brady Bunch would never fade. It was a fitting tribute to a character and actress who had left an indelible mark on television history. Ann's personal life. After her time in Hollywood, Ann B. Davis made a significant shift in her life, prioritizing her faith and community involvement over the spotlight. She relocated to Bourne, Texas, a small town where she found peace and a sense of purpose in joining St. Helena's Episcopal Church. Ann's decision to leave Hollywood behind was a reflection of her deeply held Christian beliefs. She once shared that she believed all of us have a God-shaped space in us, and until we fill that space with God, we'll never know what it is to be whole. This perspective shaped her transition from a celebrated actress to someone focused on spiritual fulfillment. Her faith became the cornerstone of her life in Bourne. Ann embraced the quiet, contemplative lifestyle that her new community provided. While she kept a low profile and shied away from the media, those who knew her personally often spoke of her warmth and humility. Unlike her bubbly, comedic persona as Alice on the Brady Bunch, Ann was described as a grounded, compassionate individual who radiated kindness and care. She devoted herself to helping others and contributing to the church community, offering her time and support in meaningful ways. Ann's choice to live out her faith in such a personal and intimate way highlighted her desire to find fulfillment beyond the fame and recognition that had once defined her life. She found peace in this simpler existence, away from the pressures of Hollywood. Her commitment to her faith and her involvement in the Episcopal Church allowed her to live authentically, staying true to her values while fostering deep, meaningful relationships within her new community. Through her faith and community involvement, Ann B. Davis demonstrated that true fulfillment comes not from external success, but from nurturing one's inner life and connection to something greater. Ann's final years. In June 2014, Ann B. Davis's life took a tragic turn. After a fall at her home, she sustained a subdural hematoma, which led to her slipping into a coma. She was rushed to a hospital in San Antonio, Texas, where at the age of 88 she passed away. The news of her death was met with immense shock and sorrow from her fans, colleagues, and co-stars, marking the end of an era. Florence Henderson, who played Carol Brady on the Brady Bunch, expressed her deep heartbreak over Ann's passing. She described it as devastating and expressed how shocked she was, especially after having spoken with Ann only a few months prior. Their bond, forged on the set of the Brady Bunch, had endured over the years, and Florence's grief reflected the close relationships the cast had developed over time. The loss of Ann, the beloved Alice, was felt deeply within the Brady Bunch family. Fans across the world also mourned Ann's passing, remembering her for the warmth, humor, and sincerity she brought to her iconic role. For many, Alice Nelson was a symbol of kindness and care, and her influence on the Brady Bunch was profound. Ann's portrayal of Alice had made her a household name, and her character's deep connection with the Brady family resonated with viewers for generations. Ann's death marked the end of a chapter not just for the Brady Bunch, but for television history. She had touched countless lives with her performances, and her legacy as an actress, a beloved television figure, and a kind, spiritual person continued to live on. Legacy and impact. Ann B. Davis's impact on television and pop culture remains undeniable, even after she moved away from the public eye. Her portrayal of Alice Nelson on the Brady Bunch became one of the most beloved and enduring characters in television history. As the wise, humorous, and ever-reliable housekeeper, Ann's performance was a key component in making the Brady Bunch one of the most iconic sitcoms of the 20th century. Alice's warmth and wit made her a character that audiences connected with, and her presence helped define the family dynamic at the heart of the show. Ann's career also set a standard for actresses in comedy, demonstrating that strong, well-developed characters could do more than provide laughs. They could also convey deep emotional resonance. Alice was not just a punchline. She was a source of wisdom, support, and love for the Brady family, showing that comedic roles could have depth and heart. Anne's portrayal broke the mold of the typical sidekick or helping hand character, offering a multidimensional portrayal that still resonates with viewers today. Her legacy continues to live on through the ongoing popularity of the Brady Bunch. The show's reruns and its various spin-offs and adaptations keep Anne's work alive for new generations of fans. Alice remains a beloved character, a symbol of loyalty and kindness, who continues to make an impact on viewers decades after the original series aired. Ann B. Davis's contributions to television not only entertained millions, but also helped to elevate the standards of comedy and character development in sitcoms, solidifying her place in the pantheon of television legends. Ann B. Davis was so much more than the lovable housekeeper Alice Nelson on The Brady Bunch. She was a woman of incredible depth, whose life was guided by values of integrity, humor, and deep faith. Her journey, from the bright lights of Hollywood to a quieter, more contemplative life in Texas, reveals the essence of someone who knew the importance of living with purpose and authenticity. Anne's impact on television history, especially through her portrayal of Alice, is undeniable, but her true legacy stretches far beyond the small screen. After her time in Hollywood, Anne's decision to leave the spotlight and embrace a more spiritual life in Bourne, Texas, reflects her commitment to a life of personal fulfillment and faith. Her move from the entertainment world to a quieter life wasn't a retreat. It was a conscious choice to prioritize what truly mattered to her: faith, community, and family. As much as viewers loved her for the humor and heart she brought to Alice, it was her grounded, compassionate nature that truly shaped who she was off-screen. Anne's commitment to her faith and her involvement in her church community in Texas show us how the values she portrayed as Alice, loyalty, care, and understanding, were not just limited to her role on television. They were core to who she was as a person. And that authenticity is what makes her role as Alice so timeless. Anne didn't just play a character. She embodied qualities that we all aspire to, creating a bond with her audience that transcended the screen. As we reflect on Anne's life, her legacy continues to influence not only those who were fortunate enough to know her, but also the countless fans who grew up watching The Brady Bunch. The character of Alice remains an enduring symbol of love, humor, and wisdom, qualities that were deeply rooted in Anne's own life. So the next time you watch The Brady Bunch or hear someone mention Alice Nelson, take a moment to remember the woman behind the role. Ann B. Davis led a life filled with purpose, kindness, and faith, teaching us valuable lessons about what it means to be true to ourselves and to the people we love. And even though she's no longer with us, her influence is still felt, reminding us all that the most important things in life, authenticity, kindness, and family, are timeless. If you enjoyed learning more about Ann B. Davis and the lasting impact she had on both television and the hearts of her fans, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Share your thoughts and memories of Anne in the comments below. What was your favorite moment of hers on The Brady Bunch? And don't forget to subscribe for more content that dives deep into the lives of TV legends and icons.